皆さん、こんきびです。花町きびです。聞こえておりますでしょうか？あ、違いました。神まみた。皆さん、聞こえておりますでしょうか？大丈夫ですか？大丈夫みたいなので始めたいと思います。皆さん、こんきびです。花町きびです。今日は、本当は、そんなに配信したいって気持ちはあんまりしてなかったんだけど、まあ昨日はめっちゃ長い配信だし、ちょっと迷ったんですけど、今日はこのカプリコンカップを開催するので、ランスが、それでまあいつも通りにこういう配信したいと思っていたので配信したいと思います。でもそのせいでそれとまあ長級、長さなんで、多分そんなに長い配信ではないと思うけど、とりあえずよろしくお願いします。今回は Hello Marilyn, is that you? I'm doing okay. To be honest, I didn't drink as much as I thought I would, so I'm actually not doing so bad. But I really didn't intend to stream like a super long time, but today is my, everyday Uma Musume, or, regularly scheduled Uma Musume Champions meet, so I definitely want to at least get this in. Maritline, or is this... Who is this? Sometimes I forget who's who. So I don't remember everyone's like secondary name, because sometimes it shows up with your @ and sometimes it shows up with... Yeah. Thank you. というわけで、まあ、Let's try this.
決定すると次のエントリーまで変更できないので、勝ちに行こう。3番人気は8番オグリキャップ、9番人気は1番カレンちゃん。
ちょっと厳しいメンバーですが、
Mommy.
健闘を期待したい
Oh,
です
she's
ね。
running with less pumps of iron. No mummy. Yeah, she's probably gonna
1
lose.
番人気5番大吉
Low wit.
いい感じに気
Oh,
合が
Mayo
乗っていますね。
rather. Huh.
3番桜
Interesting.
爆心
And
王
England and
8
skiing.
番
Well,
人気です。4番桜爆心王
see,
5番
this is a little more scary.
2番人気6番エルフォ
A
ンデル
little
パ
more
サ
scary.
いい感じに気合が乗っていますね。芝のコースで力を十分発揮できそうですね。
Like her,
ー
she's
6
gonna
番
be strong.
エルフォンデルパサー。
Yeah. Well, it's been a while, but thanks for joining. I've just been... Today I'm taking it pretty easy, so... Yeah. Well, especially... So yesterday was my long, like, was my long Valentine's Day stream. So I mean... Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So a lot of people have been asking like how I'm doing on an account of like yesterday I was drinking, I was like you know, streaming all day. So it's like how am I doing today? Like kind of the not recoil, what's the word I'm looking for? Not clapback, what's the word I'm looking for? Like how am I doing after the hangover, if you will. But yeah, but it's good to see you. I'm glad you've been here. And thanks for dropping in and saying hello. But thanks for hopping in and saying hi. I like seeing everyone that has chatted before, because I try to tell people like I'm not. I try not to like worry about my subscriber count or anything, because I just stream for fun and you know I just like talking to chat or whatnot. But I am glad to see people stop by and say hi. Especially if you know you've stopped by before, and then I know you know I haven't done anything to piss you off. That's mostly a joke, but you know I know you're still here, and you know around. Also, because I'm like not a very good person at keeping up with people. Like this is an IRL thing. よかった。
このメンバーの中でも見劣りしない仕上がりですね。
2番人気は9番カレンちゃん、1番人気は7番キングヘイロー、5番人気は3番富士奇跡、8番人気6番。
But my friend Dave, who was on yesterday, he's on every once in a while. Hopefully I'm gonna get him on more recently. Play some Dave the Diver, because we played some yesterday and I was like, man, it's been so long since we did this, we should do this more often. But we were talking, so I was talking to him yesterday. I talk to him every once in a while, but not always on stream. But he's always been somebody who's like way better at keeping up with people. And I've always been somebody who's just like, I never turn down hanging out with people, but like I'm bad at like being the one to start stuff, you know.
5番桜爆心号早くも先頭に躍り出た2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは待機シャトル
And it's something, well, I'm also the type of person where something's awkward, I'm not the type of person to bring it up, but I don't think that's a good thing. Like, I do think that being proactive is generally like the better thing. Oh, Taiki. My only chance is Taiki here, so really need her to jump on this. Good job, Taiki. But yeah, so if like something's, if I'm not sure where I stand with people, I'm not good at being that person that's like, you know, I'm going to put it all out there and make sure there's nothing wrong, you know? Bang. And I think it's a good thing to be able to be that person that like actually like start something and be like, I need to figure this out. And I'm going to get things on the right page.
1番人気に負けず劣らずいい仕上がりですね。
5番人気は7番カレン
Shooting for
ライバル
victory
たちは強
for
力ですが
plancha but no
構想
mummy.
を期待したいです
There's
ね。
mummy but no
3番人気
plancha. This is
9番
both.
マルゼンスキここは負けられない1番人気4番桜爆心王
Head on,
実
speed
力は完
star.
全に上位ですね。
I
貫
mean,
禄
it's
すら
all
感じてしまいます。
gambling.
8番人
What's
気
the
5番
guts?
キングヘイ
Not
ロ
low.
2番桜爆心
舞い散る雪がターフを白く染め上げます。除雪作業の進むここ中京レース場、馬場状態の発表は大間です。
雪化粧といえば聞こえはいいですが、走る子たちにすれば厄介ですね。
一番人気はもちろんこの子、2大スプリント発
Yeah.
4番
I mean, that's definitely a thing.
スタート。
But also, like, depends on what you're referring to, right?
みんな
Like,
集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
what you're describing is real life with, like, people you know, right? Or not real life, like, your time. I think it is different, like, if it's my friend, if it's like IRL people, I feel like I should be the one that's like, it doesn't matter how busy the other person is, like, you can make time for people. If it's streamed, then obviously, like, I don't pretend that I'm more important than I am. You know, like, I do appreciate people who tune into my streams or whatever, but I don't pretend I'm more important than I think I am. And if you have shit to do, then like I think that you should deal with that shit, you know? Come on. Go agree. Agree captain. Oh, yeah. If it's like me, right? I want to be somebody that you just turn on if I'm there and you're like free, right? If it's like real life people, then it's like, okay, maybe it's not always the most convenient. Oh, 6'9". But maybe it's not always like the most convenient, but like you make time for other people. You already qualified for Group A, look at that. And with one of each Uma. That was very nice. I think in general I'm pretty lucky though, because I think people, at least, especially people like that I'm talking about within real life, know me pretty well, where John Uma Musume. Very nice Alcandro Pasa. I think people in my spheres IRL know me well enough to know what kind of person I am, and if they want to do something, then they make it happen. And it's like on them, and it's not as much on me. Not because I don't want to, but because they know that that's not really my game. Like I'm not really good at that.
ライバルたちは強力ですが、構想を期待したいですね。
寒さ続く。さあ、ゲートが開いた。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
スマートファルコンと1番カレンちゃん、この2人が競り合っているぞ。苦しい戦いを強いられている2番オグリキャップ、ここからどう出る。先頭はスマートファルコン、三振で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは1番カレンちゃん。激しい先頭争い、後ろ待機シャトル、それを見るようにエルコンドルパター。まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
I think that you want to be 3-4. Like I do think 3-4 is the optimal amount with money. It's also technically her unique as well. The problem with my Ogre is I don't think she got her mummy. I think she's gonna lose this. I think she's gonna lose this head to head. Second.
2着か。悪くない結果だ。
悪くない結果だ. I guess, sure. Not bad. We already qualified for Group A. We're just playing it out. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Okay, there's a lot of levels to this. The first level being that the first level being that there's a lot of different people. So there are people in my situation where the people who know them really know them, and you know they figure it out or nothing, whatever. But there's also a lot of people who might just have so many friends that even if not all of them know you that well, or like not all of them cater to that personality, you always have people because you're more social. Because I'm a very introverted person, but I have this friend, for example, that I met last year, and one is I'm the type of person that gets really close to people really quickly, even though I'm introverted. But if they open up to me, then I'm like really close to them. And she's just a really extroverted, friendly person. So probably from my end, I'm like very, not starting something, but very accommodating from my end. And she probably has a lot of friends that's like, oh, I'm one of them now. That if they're in the area, if they're doing something, if they schedule something, I don't know. This is just my hunch, right? But some people, I actually think it's quite normal to have like a lot of just like you don't think about it all the time. My friend Dave, for example, he doesn't reach out to everyone all the time, but he'll just be like, oh, I haven't talked to him in a while. It's like been 2 or 3 months. So he sends a text. And I think that's a very admirable feature. Wow. Wow. Maybe I should have prepared a pasa. It seems like every successful person has a pasa. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would consider myself not that social because I have a hard time with social interactions and like saying certain things and like figuring out what to say and all that. But by a lot of definitions, I am a very social person. Like, I like hanging out with friends. I think I'm relatively active at planning stuff if I'm especially like if I'm in the area. Like if I'm traveling, I'm pretty proactive about being like, hey, I'm gonna be in your area. If you want to do something, we should make it happen. I'm absolutely covered. This is so bad. I'm gonna lose this. The question is, will I steal second? And will it matter? No. You win some, you lose some. Well, we qualified, but we got 3 more left in us. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that I'm pretty social and that I like all that stuff. It's weird because I'm a pretty shy person, but to some people, either because I like them so much or I'm so comfortable with them, they cannot get me to shut up. So yeah, that I guess is depending on how you see social, right? I think a lot of people see social as like gets along with everyone versus just chatting. Wow, that's a lot of pace chasers. They're the one
4番エアグルー寒さ続く中京レース場、試練が待ち受けていた。雪降るカプリコーン杯芝1200、勝利にたどり着くのはどの馬娘。スタートです。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
先行争いは6番桜爆信号、1番桜爆信号、5番桜爆信号。現在最高峰は1番人気のキングヘイロー。
Oh, the one late chaser is the favorite.
勝負にかけているんでしょう。終盤に期待です。
集団が一つにまとまって混戦状態です。
これだけ密集していると紛れがありそうですね。
6番桜爆信号。
Getting 1, 3, 4 is good. And
第
black
4コーナーカーブ。
内から来るか外から来るか、最後の局面です。
まだ一番
Yeah, that's certainly not me.
ここから本当の真剣勝負です。
この直線で勝負が決まるとまだ差がある。ここから先頭を捉え
I think people generally,
最後のコーナー先陣を切ったのは6番桜。
even okay, I think people would describe somebody who's like very, very talkative, very chatty as social, but I think when presented with that actual person, that's not how they actually see it.
残り200で6番桜爆信号、リードは2馬身。6番桜爆信号、今ゴールイン。勝ったのは6番桜爆信号。ライバルに打ち勝ち、見事
桜爆信号
大きな一勝手。
爆心的勝利。
Ha 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 ha.
Victory 目指します。
Oh, I didn't even know they cut messages short. But yeah, I think so. To finish my thought, or cause I keep forgetting it, I think most people who would be like a social person, or like describing a social person who's like super chatty, can talk with anyone, all that other stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hit or miss on if I'm not if I'm proud. Kind of if I'm proud. Let me circle back on that.
短距離戦にぴったりの瞬発力がこの子の持ち味ですよ。
9番人気
Interesting game. This is gonna be an interesting
桜
one.
爆信号、2番
But to finish my thought on like being social, it's like I think people would describe somebody like that as social, but realistically, I can show them somebody who fits all the definitions and they would not find them social. That would be like me, right? Chatty, always open to the idea of socializing. I'm not gonna say fun to talk to specifically, but you know, they have these things. And yet, if somebody is all of that, but they're not proactive in talking to other people, or they're not talking to new people, or they would rather stay in than go out on one of these, like, you know, maybe instead of going to a party, they would rather stay at home because they are afraid of the environment. People would generally say that that is antisocial. Our Taiki shuttle is very far behind. I'm curious if I would at least get second. And thank you, Japanese. Yeah. Well, I also think that our understanding of social is. Oh, I would have been third. That sucks. I think our understanding of social doesn't have enough words to properly describe every person, but yeah. I didn't really speak that much Japanese, but thank you. Me and a friend recently did our JLPT tests, and I passed N3, so that's something. Obviously, like, passing is a good thing. I don't want to like, failing is better than passing is better than failing, but I looked at it and my result wasn't as clean as I wanted. And wasn't like as ready. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I don't know what languages you've learned before, because that is also meaningful, right? Because if you've learned Korean or Chinese, then you might have an easier time learning Japanese than if you know Spanish, right? When I was in high school, I took 2 years of Spanish before I ended up taking Japanese, and Japanese is obviously what I know, and I wouldn't say I really know Spanish at all. But what was it, Italian? Was that just a hunch? Or am I thinking of the Milan Olympics? My memory's not good. Oh, your English is good. Your English is probably better than my Japanese. Oh, agree. Yeah, I would rate your Japanese, or your, not Japanese, your English good. I do recall this yeah. No, I don't think that was a guess. I think we've had this conversation before, but my memory is so bad. My memory is so bad that I'm like, that I'm not sure about it. So I wasn't sure if I remembered properly. Also because the Olympics are in, because of the Olympics are in Italy, and I'm following Macklin Celebrini. I wasn't sure if I was just getting like what's the word? There's like a term for it. Not Uncanny Valley, the other one. I wasn't sure if I was just associating, but I did remember, I suppose. I don't know. I think that it would be difficult, but I mean, if you want to, then I think that I'm the wrong person to discourage you from learning. But I don't think I would if I were you. The heck? Somebody's an enclosure. They have Taishin? What the heck? Oh my god. Yeah. That sounds bad. That does sound like I'm discouraging you, and I don't mean to do that. It's more like I am not a very motivated person. I have a friend. He's been on stream before, but it's been a while because he got pretty busy. It's Byaku though. He's a super motivated person. He's like getting his master's. He's a big learner, so he's like he always wants to learn about different things, whether it be like engineering or like languages or what. So he knows like 4 languages. I think it's like Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, English. Maybe he was learning a little bit of French, something like that. Yeah, well, this is where I'm kind of trying to go through. I'm trying to like get there, right? That friend is super motivated with learning. So he would be the one to be like, this, like, you know, like, encourage it. I'm not really a good role model because I don't like doing things that I don't like doing, which sounds intuitive, but it's not. When I have to exert energy, I do a lot of, I'm probably gonna win this. I do a lot of like maybe justification and like corner cutting because I'm generally happy enough with good enough. When I learned Japanese, it was just because I was already watching anime, reading manga, and learning the language naturally. And I had to take a class. I'm like, well, it's efficient for me to learn this language too. And I don't think that I'm that good at it. I do appreciate when people compliment me. Obviously, I'm trying to like improve, but I don't think that I'm that good at it. I just passed N3 and I realized like with the amount that I've learned, I've been learning it, my fluency should be much higher. I passed N3 sufficiently with a little bit of room to give, but I think that by this point I should be able to take N1 and pass it like no trouble, and I think that's just false. Like, I think if I were to take N1, I would fail. Yeah. But I think that's like if an engineer went back and took his math SAT and passed, he would, like, let's say an engineer, like a guy that's been working with math for the past like 20 years. Maybe 20 years is a lot. It's a long time. But like, let's say he passed, or he went back in time, took his SAT and got a good but not great score. Let's say he got like a 650 or a 700 on his SATs. I forgot what a good score was, but you know, a good score on this test. It would not shock me to be like, hey, I've been in this field for my like adult life. I shouldn't be like struggling with this test, you know? So obviously I'm happy I passed, and I had certain oh, I didn't actually look at the runners. I did have some reservations that I would fail that did not come to pass, which I am very grateful for on that front. But I do think that if I take a step back, I should be at a much higher level. And I do wish that I was there. And to address your original thing about like learning the symbols, you can look at you can Google Japanese hiragana alphabet. This is a good sign on the corner. You can Google Japanese hiragana alphabet, and if you're confused by that, then you might want to cut your losses. Okay, what I'll say is that I intentionally took N3 knowing that my proficiency wasn't where I wanted it to be, but also that I wanted to take the test and figure it out. So it's a good thing that I passed, right? Obviously I'm happier that I passed than that I didn't pass. But I also think that it's less about my situation with Japanese and more about my situation overall, where I'm like, okay, I keep saying it like a lot today where I'm like, oh, my memory is really bad, right? Like I should be able to remember this, but I just didn't retain it or whatnot. And I am worried on that front. Oh, another full one, that's nice. I am worried on that front that I'm missing my expectations, but I theoretically should be able to make up my own expectations. Whereas I can't unfail a test if I were to fail a test. It just means I need to put in more effort, but I'm not like a super effort exerting person where generally I take the easy road out. And that's not something that I should be proud of, but it's generally my life philosophy that life is freaking hard. At least this has always been my life philosophy, is like life is too freaking hard to take, you know, to grit your teeth and always do the most proper thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, ice cream and taxi are both katakana, which are your foreign word ones. The thing I'll say is, if you're struggling with hiragana, either you need to put in way more time or way less time, right? Either if it means something to you, then you're gonna have to put in way more time. If it doesn't, then this is again where I might say, yes, but specifically in katakana. if it's not something that you're like feeling you have to do, this is where my philosophy of like, I don't know, I just wouldn't do it, you know? I've thought many times of how I wanted to learn Korean after learning Japanese, or at least getting to a certain proficiency with Japanese. And I would take a look at it, and I would struggle. And then I would ask myself, how badly do I want this? And I answered very quickly, not that much. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's not that meaningful to me. And ultimately, I give up from that point. But if you determine, well, this is very meaningful to me, then it means you have to put in more time to get to a level of proficiency that you feel is worthy of where you want to be. So for me, I didn't have to exert that much energy learning Japanese, so it was easy. For Korean, felt like I would have to exert a lot of energy. Didn't learn it. If I felt, you know, there's a certain level at which at Japanese I was like, you know what, I'm not that motivated, so I stopped being motivated. I stopped fully learning. So yeah.
まずまずの仕上がりですね。芝のコースで力を十分発揮できそうですね。
Plancha and Mummy for all of them. This guy did his research.
ライバルたちは強力ですが、
Oh,
放
this is
送
me.
を期待したいですね。
I did my research. This guy only did it for Taiki. Wait. And this one, boxing. Yeah, this person did the research. Huh. This one can win, but these two cannot, for whatever reason. Poor sprint grades. Yeah, I mean, I actually think that has less to do with language and more to do with pattern recognition, and to a certain level, I don't want to say intelligence, a certain intuitive understanding. Because there's a similar thing that happens in Japanese with kanji, which is they use a combination of radicals to form one character. And a lot of people can just recognize it on account of those things. And it'd be nice if my Taiki can get like third. But like that's not that abnormal. I'm just not smart. So when I see it, I'm like, I can't associate. I have no concept of association. That's crazy. The guy who has 2 inters has 1 world beater. What the heck? 寒さ続く。
今スタートが切られました。各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行争いは7番マルゼンスキー、6番マルゼンスキー、3番桜爆信号。最高峰からのレースとなったオグリーキャップ、大丈夫か。
ちょっと厳しい位置ですが頑張ってほしいですね。
先頭をかけます。7番マルゼンスキー、6番マルゼンスキー、並んでくる。早くも激しい競り合い。3番手には3番桜爆信号。まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
勝負どころ、最後の直線へとかけていきます。
3番桜爆信号。
Are you ready? ここから本当の真剣勝負です。
まだ先頭は動かない。これは直線勝負になるか。さあ内から先頭。
Well, I can recognize the character differences on account of knowing it. But I can't recognize how to read it or what it means. Because my thinking is I could read kanji. Oh, wait, one time. I could read kanji backwards if I knew what you were saying, that you could understand it. So, let's say that I knew. Let's say. Give me a second. Let's say I knew. What did I know? Let's say I knew that even though, let's say there's this kanji I can't read, but I knew the meaning of it was like soap, for just random example. But I know that in my head, soap is sekken, right? Then I know that that kanji is sekken, right? That's how I read it on account of I know what it means. But I have no idea how to, like, I don't know if that makes sense. I can use like other examples too. Although a lot of my other examples includes things that I actually do know how to read. Like if I were to say tabemono, right? Like I look at that and I don't know that it's tabemono, and then I see, oh, it's food, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, well I know that food equals tabemono, so I know that that says tabemono. But I also just know that naturally, so that's not very helpful.
前目につける先行策で勝利をつかんでほしいですね。
9番人気2番カレンちゃん。
ちょっと厳しいメンバーですが健闘を期待したいですね。
7番人気5番エルコンドルパサー。4番人気は3番桜爆信号。
まずまずの仕上がりですね。芝のコースで力を十分発揮できそうですね。
All right. This was gonna be a short stream intentionally, but I'm also gonna finish this up and wrap it up too.
エルコンドルパサー。
ちょっと厳しいメンバーですが健闘を期待したいですね。
4番人気3番桜爆信号。5番エルコンドルパサー。7番人気です。6番人気は7番エルコンドルパサー。4番大気シャトル。8番人気です。
This was gonna be a short stream intentionally, and then
桜爆信号。
ライバルたちは強力ですが構想
oh
を
wow,
期待したい
yeah.
ですね。
This is a very random thing. Oh wow, 9 pacers, holy crap.
3番人気。
I was gonna stream for like an hour, but yesterday I had an all-day stream. I started streaming at 10 and I ended the stream at like 4 in the morning. So like, I was streaming for 18-ish hours. So this was not a long stream. I just try to stream all of these events, these like PvP events. But also kind of, this is a very random thing. I don't like streams taking less than an hour. I generally like at least an hour-long stream because then it feels like, oh, you know, that's a good place to end it. A lot of the times I stream longer. I'll stream 2 or 3 hours.
5番エルコンドルパサー。続いている第4コーナーを進んで直線へ向かう。
ここからスパート。一気にレースが動きます。
So I do plan to like get there. But I had a friend just say that his afternoon freed up, so we can, you know, I can spend some time with some friends. And especially after I was propagandizing, like normalizing, you know, just spending time with friends, just gotta, you know, I definitely want to take advantage of that and join in. More recently, we've been doing like drinking games, which has been fun. Although I did quite a bit of drinking game yesterday, so I'm not really sure how much more I'm gonna drink, but we'll see. No, not like traditional drinking games. We were playing a drinking, like an anime drinking game where like whenever they say a phrase, we drink. And that's been pretty fun because it's also pretty good anime and watching it together is a lot of fun. And then we've been doing like trivia where it's like, oh, if you get it wrong, you have to drink. Or if I get it before you, you have to drink. So I'm not sure what we'd be doing today. I don't know if we will be drinking today. I guess tomorrow's an American holiday, so maybe. But not entirely sure. These are not good Umas. I should win this one. Yeah. I think I would stream a lot more watch-alongs and or drinking watch-alongs if there weren't like copyright restrictions. But that's a different issue. I think you need to stay in the first like 4 in order to have a chance. Oh, my alcohol tolerance is so bad. But not as bad as my tobacco tolerance. My tobacco tolerance is way worse. That I learned for the first time. But my alcohol tolerance is not good. I was saying yesterday, because yesterday I was drinking a lot, but I was recapping the past year, as in like 365 days. And I think 4 times I actually threw up because my tolerance is so low. But I also don't think that I'm like a super entertaining person. Like I said, I'm not super outgoing. And I think that I'm a much more fun person when I'm on alcohol. So, I don't know. I guess there's some things you just have to accept. Getting a lot of seconds. It means that I should be... Okay, not safe. I might have good second odds coming up for the final in like 3 or 4 days. Eight pacers. Man, there's so many pacers. My Ogre took a dive. She was doing so good in the first round. I don't know why her skills would have gotten worse. She's literally just the stereotypical, like the prototypical good Uma. A pacer with S speed, 1100 power, 1100 wit, and head-on acceleration plancha mummy. So I don't know what's wrong there. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing. Because then it takes you, like, I feel like being a lightweight... Okay, being a lightweight's not great. I wish I could drink like my brother. Like, he's not a lightweight, but he can definitely... Like, it doesn't take that much to get, you know, tipsy. For me, like, I think I'm too lightweight, but I definitely prefer that because it means that it's not hard for me to get into the group, you know? But yeah, I also just don't like the taste of alcohol that much, which is why I drink all like the cocktails and stuff.
ここからスパート、一気にレースが動きます。
さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛ける。Are you ready? ここから本当の真剣勝負。
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that. I'm not. I mean, I'm not fit. I don't exercise that much, but my BMI is not that high. So. 'It feels like more recently, if she's in the top half, she's gonna win. But she can just sometimes die. Alright, last set of runs, and then, although short, I will be ending the stream after this. Okay, let's try a different Uma here, though. Let's try vodka here. Maybe the placement of boxing is messing with my Ogre's chances of being in the right range. Oh, I can solve a Rubik's Cube. It's good that you know, I don't know how productive it is, but it was more productive to learn how to do it than sitting around and doing nothing, so. But I can solve a Rubik's Cube. When I was in 3rd grade or something, my brother got really addicted to it, and I was never as good as him, but I did learn how to solve it at least. So I can solve it in about 40 seconds. I just didn't know that's something you can put to your CV. To me, that's like, I have a bunch of useless talents that I don't think that I can do anything with. And then I show my CV to some of my friends. They're like, oh, like, sure, that might be good for you, but like, that's not actually helpful for us. And I'm like, really? But
先頭はスマートファルコン、単身で飛ばして行きます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは7番待機シャトル、内から行くエルコンドルパサー、外から5番待機シャトル、差がなくマヤのトップガン、そしてその外から行ったのはウォッカ。第4コーナーから
But yeah, there's a lot of things that I do that I think are cool, but not particularly useful. Vodka, go! Vodka, go! Go! Ah, couldn't catch up. Was that the pasta that had a B in sprint? I don't play those games. They kind of freak me out on those S sprint. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Holy crap. Oh, and the inheritance is good too. Dang. Yeah, no, my CV has very little in the way of productive experiences, but we'll get there. Wow, my vodka is like relatively toward the front. That's weird.
先頭は6番桜爆心王、単身で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは7番桜爆心王。早くも激しい競り合い。3番手には待機シャトル。まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。
I'm in a good spot. 1-3 is a good spot to be in. 5's not. But I'm still in first for now. Just need to outduel this boxing. Yeah. I'm not sure when the last time you saw me was, but I know it was around this time last year, maybe a little bit less than a year, when I commissioned a live 2D. So I was really excited about it, and there's still some adjustments that probably need to be made, but I'm pretty happy with it, at least for now. So this is gonna be me for the near future. Bang. Wow, a lot of lates on this one. Only one of them is mine. Waharu! Fun.
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
先行争いはスマートファルコン、岸明ボの待機シャトル、期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気エアグルーブ。先頭はスマートファルコン、安心で飛ばしていきます。2番手の位置で先頭を行うのは待機シャトル、3番カレンちゃん、内から行く。少し離れてオグリキャップ、5番手、5番カレンちゃん。そしてその後ろから行くのは岸明ボの間もなく第4コーナー。
Not many lates means I should be able to carry through like 3 or 4 into the corner though. But I could not, I guess. Sure. Why not? Everyone's dueling and I'm losing all of the duels. I don't need to see. Oh, you're gonna make me. Alrighty, good night. Thanks for chatting, thanks for stopping by. I'm just about to end myself here, so hope to see you in a future stream. But at your own schedule, of course. Oh, Haru won. Nice. Alright, let's just get these last 2 over with, and we'll be at around an hour-long stream, so there we go. Let's end on a couple wins, that'd be nice. I'm thinking about doubling, but if I'm not patient enough to wait for a sprint CM, then I don't even know.
後から石明ボのカレンちゃん並んできた。そしてその外を回って9番オグリキャップ、少し離れて2番オグリキャップ。第4コーナーカーブ。馬娘たちがどう動くか目が離せません。この直線で勝負が決まる。
Taiki's in a good position.
1馬身以上の差があるぞ。
Ogre's probably not. Cut and drive will probably trigger though.
ここから本当の真剣勝負で。
まだ差がある。ここから先頭を捉えることができるのか。4着を切りました。最終コーナー、最初に駆け抜けてきたのは
Everyone's still win. Not exactly where I want to be. Hishiaki Bono probably wins this. I don't think he can catch up to her.
残り2着で石明ボノ、足を捉える石明ボノ、リードは1馬身。6番タイキシャトル、追いすがる。
I was 2-3-4. Brutal. I'm surprised Ogre made it all the way back there, though. Come on, end on a win. You can do it. Alright, come on, end on a win. That's what I'm hoping to do. Against all Pacers. Is my Ogre gonna take it home in this last one? That'd be nice. Is rushed even a bad thing? I'd much rather be rushed than falling towards the end of the pack. Dango Jotai. That's my favorite line. Dango Jotai. Oh no, now she's slipping back after getting rushed earlier. I can't tell who's 5, 7, 9, whatever because they're so tightly packed. But now they're dueling everyone, so I think I lose here. I have to watch all these animations for a losing game. Tough. I can't believe it. Did I at least get second? I did, okay. Well, I did not end on a win, but despite the stream yesterday, I got in a short stream and I did qualify for Group A, so I guess I will take that. But on that note, I will be ending this stream. I will go and do other stuff. My next stream should be the finals, and then that will be, you know, we'll see after that. でもというわけで配信終わりたいと思います。本当に見てくれてありがとうございました。本当に短い配信なんですが、なんかできてよかったと思います。次の配信は多分次の CM のファイナルが開催するので、ぜひぜひ見に来てください。それでは配信終わりたいと思います。本当に見てくれてありがとうございました。それではじゃあね、バイバイ、おつきびです。